फिर भी मैं सेंटर में हूँ. All right, sir.
You know, when we were ready to release the Great Indian Diet, I couldn't think of a greater personality to do it justice than Amit ji. And he's had a great influence in my life, not just professionally, but also personally. He just adds that touch of magic. I wait for him to call me every birthday, and he unfailingly remembers. And I have started to believe that every time he calls me, he kind of gives me some luck. So this day would have been incomplete without his support. And he very kindly said yes. And my heart fills with gratitude. I don't know how to thank you. So thank you so much, Amit ji, for being here. I don't know what to ask you. I just think you've been a great source of inspiration for generations and generations. And like Anil ji very rightly said, we all look up to you, and we just continue to learn. And through all your trials and tribulations of, your health issues or whatever, you've always, come out stronger and raring to go. How do you do it? Because your life it's so erratic, the timings are so erratic, and you are still so busy. Your calendar is chock-a-block with appointments, and I know that for a fact because I've been in touch with Rosie. And I don't know how you do it, because at my age, I am tired sometimes. But I know you are somebody who really lives by the Great Indian Diet. You love your Indian food. You love your dal, bindi, chawal, because I've seen you on those shows. So even when he's abroad, he loves Indian food. And he too, like all of us, doesn't believe in diets. So I want to hear it from you. What do you do? What is your mantra? Because we all want to know, and you have to share it with us now. We want to know what the secret is.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. One of the greatest secrets of being fit is to be repeatedly invited to launch books on diet. And I'd really like to thank the publishers and Penguin for having me here yet again. But one of the things that keeps you really very grounded is all these lovely and embarrassing compliments that keep coming your way. And I'm really thankful to all of you for saying such wonderful words. But I'm really the wrong person to be launching a book on diet, because my eating habits are very dissimilar to what any of you are following. I just eat whatever comes to me. I don't know what it is. I think when Anil and me were just having a little chat backstage, he said, it's probably due to our parents, and I think genes have a lot to do with that. So I guess some people are born with good genes, and we need to be fortunate that we have had parents that have been able to give us their genes. But yes, I'm a bad eater, and I'm sure that when you will call home, you will find that the answer is the same. I don't follow any routine. Yes, I actually started going to the gym just about 5 or 6 years back. I never used to do any kind of exercises. So most of the time when I was working in my earlier films, I never really thought about it, or I wasn't advised about it, or I just perhaps didn't have the time. But having seen some of my visuals in some of my films about 5 or 6 years ago, I realized that I needed to be in shape, and started going to the gym on some kind of a regular basis. But food has never been following any routine. I hope that I can pick up some of the elements from your book and practice them, because I'm sure that they'll be greatly helpful to me.
I'm sure you're already doing those things, because it's not possible, it's not humanly possible to be the way you are. And like you rightly said, you like home-cooked food, and you don't like ready-made foods and preservative-laden foods, which I think you're already doing. So that's all we're saying through the Great Indian Diet. So you don't need to be taught anything, or you don't need to learn anything. You're beyond all of this, Amit ji. But no, I really want to say a big, big thank you to all these great personalities who were just a phone call away from me, but but very, very kindly agreed to come and grace the occasion. My friends here who very sweetly supported me, unflinchingly, always, shown me so much love. Penguin and Random House, who've been the best. Millie, I love you. My parents, who have inculcated, as you said, the right eating habits and the right values. My sister, who actually taught me the difference between carbs and proteins, really. I just want to say a big, big thank you to everyone who have come out here, the media, the press, and Manish. Thank you so much. I owe you big time.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
Sorry,
And
before we end the evening, actually I had something I wanted to say, but I got a little nervous in the beginning, but I'll say it now. Is that, you know, Shilpa, and I can say this because I've never had the pleasure of working with you, so I've seen you more like a fan or like an audience, like most of, we all have, like how we all have. That ever since you first time came on screen, correct me if I'm wrong, but that song you did with Prabhu sir, you did one song with him. I remember,
Mr. Romeo.
Yeah, so I remember watching that recently. Till now, I think you're still in the same shape, and that is honestly very commendable. You still look the same, you still have the same glow on your face.
I'm in better shape.
You're in better shape, okay? She's in better shape now thanks to the diet she's following.
Kapoor's,
She has sounded like me now.
Yeah, I sounded like him.
She's in better shape since then, and just as a person, I think we all will buy this book only for you and read it only for you.
Thank you, Varun. That means so much to me. Good God. Manish.
well, I think now, so I think we would want everybody, let's join and let's unveil the book. So.
I also, I've saved the best for the last. I have to make a mention of my in-laws, and especially my father-in-law, who was my first scapegoat. He lost 16 kilos in 3 weeks because of the Great Indian Diet. I put him on a diet, and there are before and after pictures for proof. And my husband, who has always been the wind beneath my wings, and he fights with me, and he's always telling me, yeah, Shilpa, I'm in shape. And I'm like, yeah, Raj, round is a shape. Yeah, but we need to get into practicing the Great Indian Diet. But he's proud and so happy for me. Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you all. Thank you all for all the support. And Luke, I'm indebted. Thank you.
That's all.